Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Depend on your time zone, depend on where you're watching us from. Once again, happy Christmas. And I wish you a prosperous new year. 2023 will be better. The other time, in a recent video, not more than 4 days ago, we talked about Hope Uzodinma's boy called Chinasa Waneri. We revealed to you how, through a phone conversation, I think it was recorded by Ugochinyere, where Ugochinyere was being threatened by this guy that anytime he comes to Owerri, that they'll pick him up. And like we said, we understand it will not be through the court as claimed in the conversation. But, these guys, like Ugochinyere said there, these guys uses assassins in the state. And look at what has happened in the news I'm about to bring to you. Youths from Akokwa and across Idato nation converged on the home country of the spokesperson of the Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, Ikenga, Imo Ugochinyere, following the Friday night attack on his convoy by gunmen. So, what we are saying has already happened. We intimated you about a threat through the phone. Now he has been attacked. Friday night he was attacked. And based on the conversation you saw on the phone that we played here, you had it. You know where to point fingers immediately. Imagine in the attack he was gunned down. Look at. He was attacked. His convoy was attacked. Remember that guy was telling him, come to Owerri and I'll pick you up. You have a case, they have gone to the court according to them. Which courts? Those guys don't believe in courts. And we caution him here. We are like saying, this guy does not believe in court. They are going to make an attempt using the talks. They are telling you, oh, you have a case to answer in court, as if they believe in the judicial process. And look at it, this has happened. So based on what has happened, the youth started trooping into Ikenga's home at about 8:30 p.m. Friday night following the attack. And their numbers have continued to swell while chanting solidarity songs for Ikenga and Idato nation. Now, still on what we said, they said, recall that Ugochinyere had drew the attention of Nigerians to the threat on his life if he dares to come to Imo State. And Ikenga is not afraid, he went to Imo State. Now, wow. And that the threat was almost materialized on Friday night, allegedly carried out by the sponsored talks, allegedly led by a recognized face. According to Ugochinyere, the talks came in 3 Sienna vehicles, 2 tinted Hilux trucks, and an armored personnel vehicle, and another vehicle with APC sticker. Can you imagine? He exposed the APC's plan in Imo. Specifically, Hope Uzodinma's plan to rig his ward. And, the rest of other places, I believe that's not the only place they want to rig. To favor Tinubu in the presidential election. And this was exposed. We also talked about it here. So according to reports, they said they forcibly stopped the convoy with the armored personnel carrier around the lonely Obioha stretch of road, while the team of hooded operatives and thugs rushed at the vehicle in the convoy and ordered all the occupants to disembark. The convoy had been going to drop off some supporters of Ikenga who had attended his reception and flag off at Akokwa when they were forced out of the road by gunmen. They searched all the vehicles for Ikenga, Imo, Ugochinyere, threatening thunder and brimstone. But Ikenga was not in the vehicle. Aha! The guy don't wise up. Imagine he was in the vehicle. The way they will, the way you will see this story in the news, it will be, maybe they will tell you stray bullets, some thieves Meanwhile, they are carrying APC um, poster. They said thieves, careless, some robbers coming out from so place mistakenly, and that is the end. Though. They searched for him in the SUV, according to this report. They couldn't find him. Their preparations, according to this report, they said they were preparing to commandeer Ikenga's SUV to the government house, but decided against that after going back and forth to consult with another occupant in the tinted Halos box. So in their frustration, they vandalized, they burgled the vehicles and made away with all the variables and campaign materials in the vehicle. So presently, there is utter outrage in Idato land as many stakeholders and kinsmen of Ugochinyere have described the action as a provocative resort to self-help by Imo State government. So after all the efforts to use the judiciary to intimidate and suppress Ikenga failed, following the repeated threatening of Ikenga in a recorded phone calls and the failed plots to frame him for trumped-up offense, they can no longer afford to wait for the judiciary to jail Ikenga as they threatened. The spokesperson of the Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, said, the data community wondered how people can take laws into their hands without repercussions from law enforcement officers, adding that we will not accept that. And if for any reason there is an attack anywhere in this country on Ikenga, Imo Ugochinyere, or any breach of public peace in Idato, Uzodinma and his set should be held fully responsible. The community is also accusing the security agencies of complicity as usual, with a private citizen having access to an armored vehicle. When Tinubu carried bullion van to his house, what else can't we see in this country called Nigeria? Can you imagine? According to this report, they said they recruited more than 15 police operatives and about 12 thugs in a joint expedition to massage his bloated ego as a government official. Like I said in the other video, Imo State and Abia, they are struggling, they are suffering because of bad leaders. And we are praying for deliverance, that they will be delivered from the hands of evil men who are out to plunder, who are out to loot, who do not care about anybody else but themselves. Add your comments. This is where we round up. On a bye-bye for now.